Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this wonderful occasion. And to begin today's ceremony, the University of Newcastle respectfully acknowledges the traditional custodians, the Pambalong clan of the Awabakal people, on whose traditional land this campus is located. Well, tonight is a time for celebration. The ceremony tonight is the culmination of many years of hard work and dedication by you as graduates. This evening we come together to celebrate your commitment, sacrifices, friendships and accomplishments. You've worked hard to earn the testament that's going to be presented to you this evening, and it's more than just a piece of paper. It's a symbol of all you've experienced during your time here at the university and of the support of family, friends and partners and teachers throughout your journey. Of course, success is just not possible without support, and it comes in many forms. It can be a cup of tea or something stronger when you're trying desperately to finish an essay on time. Or it can be a pep talk when you hit the crossroads, or a guidance with a piece of assessment. And support is your family paying for your accommodation, or textbooks or food, or that very grey area that students call stuff when they ask their parents for more money. What do you want it for? Stuff. The evidence of support is all around you. This great hall is a symbol of support. The hall was a gift to the university from the people of the Hunter region who in 1967 bought bricks in a major fundraising campaign. The organ and the tapestry you see in this hall were donated to the university. We do have many generous sponsors and donors who fund prizes and scholarships to support our students. Community support has helped this university grow over the last 47 years. And as we approach our 50th anniversary in 2015, we reflect on how far we've come. Indeed, in the early 1950s, we were known as the Newcastle University College, and we had 5 students. Today, we have some 35,500 undergraduate and postgraduate students. In addition to our campus here at Callaghan, we have campuses at Arimba and Port Macquarie, a precinct in the Newcastle CBD, and we're in Sydney and Singapore. We have a teaching partner in Hong Kong, and more than 3,000 students from 60 different countries study online through our gradschool.com. The University of Newcastle is the most research-intensive regional university in Australia. Our 2 major research institutes, the Newcastle Institute for Energy and Resources and the Hunter Medical Research Institute, are a clear demonstration of the university's recognition of the needs of our communities and of partnerships with industry and business. Just last year at our Central Coast campus, we opened the Central Coast Primary Industries Centre in partnership with the New South Wales Department of Primary Industries as part of our strategy to carry out internationally significant research with clear local benefit. We now have 15 priority research centres across 3 research strengths of health and medical, energy and the environment, and science and engineering. Our academics are consistently recognised through national and state awards for their work, and we have staff here at our university who are experts and rank in the top 1% in their field in the world. It just so happens that these graduation ceremonies this week and next are my last as Chancellor of this university. Over the past 8 years, I've attended about 150 graduation ceremonies. Most of them have been right here in this great hall, and I've attended many at our Central Coast campus at Port Macquarie and also in Singapore and Hong Kong. And I've shaken literally thousands of graduates' hands, including that of my own wife. I've listened in awe as our Deputy Vice-Chancellor's research have read the names of PhD theses with seemingly unpronounceable titles. I don't profess to always know what the PhD is about, but I admire and respect the discipline and dedication needed to walk across this stage as a newly titled doctor. I will miss these ceremonies, but like you, while I'm leaving the university campus, I'm not leaving the university community. And your connection with the university remains. Some of you may even return for further study. And you may shudder at the thought right now, but one day I'm sure you will come back. But for now, you join our growing alumni network of more than 105,000, and among them are High Court judges and government and business leaders, sporting and media identities, and world-leading academics in prestigious institutions across the globe. Let me give you just two examples. Dr. Sarah McEwen graduated with a Bachelor of Medicine in 2004 and is now the District Medical Officer at Port Hedland Regional Hospital. Sarah has received many outstanding accolades for her contribution to rural and remote medicine, and last year won the University of Newcastle Indigenous Alumni Award. And then there's Dr. Anne Wakatama, graduated with a Bachelor of Medicine in 1983 and is now the Chief Medical Officer of the Royal Flying Doctor Service South Eastern Section, and she was the recipient of the 2011 Alumni Award for Regional Leadership. Now, as alumni, you are part of this international association, and that'll keep you connected with the university. We'd like to keep up with you, so do please stay in touch. And one last thing before you leave as a student, I ask of you. You've been given a survey about your experiences at the university, and I encourage you to share your thoughts. The survey asks you about your skills and about your learning experience. And this feedback is really terribly important because it helps us make changes for our future students based on what you say. So be proud of your achievements. Take what you've learned at university and apply it to every aspect of your life. Enjoy your future. Enjoy your celebrations. And so to all the graduates, I offer my congratulations and the very best of luck for your future. To family and friends, well, we know that each of you is really here tonight to see just one precious person walk across the stage, and I would encourage you to let them know you're here when they do. So now I call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Caroline Macmillan, to present a candidate for an honorary degree.
Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present to you Professor Balakrishnan Nair AM for admission to the degree of Doctor of Medicine honoris causa. Professor Nair is a pioneer in his field, a consultant physician in geriatrics and general medicine, and a leader in the evolution of professional medical development. Professor Nair is the Clinical Professor of Medicine and Associate Dean of Continuing Medical Professional Development at the University of Newcastle. Professor Nair is also the Director of the Centre for Professional Development at the Hunter New England Health District and Chair of the University's Conjoint Appointments Committee. Professor Nair's education began in India, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery in 1973. In 1995, he attained a graduate diploma in clinical epidemiology from the University of Newcastle. He is a Fellow of the Royal College of Physicians in Glasgow, Ireland and Edinburgh, and a Fellow of the Royal Australasian College of Physicians, where he has served many leading roles, and in 2010 was awarded the College Medal for Distinguished Services. Professor Nair has taken the study and practice of geriatric medicine in Australia to a new level. He was the first to take a multidisciplinary approach to elderly care, creating the Maggie Project in Newcastle, a program designed to improve the quality of care to elderly hospitalised patients. Its overwhelming success led to the program being rolled out across New South Wales. The Hunter has a proud track record of research in the important field of ageing. Professor Nair has led much of this work as the Foundation Chair of Hunter Ageing Research, a network of clinicians, practitioners and researchers interested in ageing issues that aims to advance collaboration between individuals and organisations in the Hunter region. He has also lent his considerable expertise to the Ageing Productively and Ageing Well subgroup of the National Health and Medical Research Council. Professor Nair's passion for medical education led the establishment of the Workplace-Based Assessment for International Medical Graduates program, a joint initiative between the university and the Hunter New England Local Health District. This program has revolutionised the way international doctors are assessed in New South Wales, attracting awards for its innovation and improvement of the health workforce. On the world stage, Professor Nair has shared his expertise and knowledge with the medical profession in Oman, Saudi Arabia, the USA and Ireland. He is widely published in geriatric medicine and medical education, and from 1999 to 2006 was the Associate Editor of the Australian Journal on Ageing, the leading journal on ageing in Australasia. His dedicated service to medicine and medical education through the development of undergraduate and professional programs earned him the Order of Australia in 2009. Chancellor, it is with very great pleasure that I present to you Professor Balakrishnan Nair for admission to the degree of Doctor of Medicine honoris causa.
By the authority conferred upon me by the Council, I hereby admit Professor Balakrishnan Nair, AM, to the degree of Doctor of Medicine honoris causa.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. Nair to deliver today's occasional address.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, academic colleagues, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to present this occasional address at this graduation ceremony. This ceremony represents a fitting occasion to congratulate the graduates for completing what can be both an exciting but also an arduous journey. Any acknowledgement of the graduates' achievements cannot be made without also acknowledging the family, friends and partners who have supported, nurtured and endured the highs and lows of your educational experience. I must also acknowledge and thank my family who are here for supporting me in a longer and more arduous journey. To the graduates, today marks the completion of one journey and the beginning of another. This second journey is where you will practice what you have learned in the past few years. You will soon find out what we have not taught you and what you have not learned. Education is a lifetime commitment to seek, understand, and apply knowledge. What you learn and apply will determine the important outcomes for individuals, families, and communities. You are in a privileged situation. You are able to contribute much, but with that privilege come responsibilities too. I do hope that during your undergraduate years, the importance of evidence-based healthcare delivery was emphasized. Without this evidence, we rely on opinions, fads, and fashions. Some of these opinions may assist you, but some may harm those we are trying to assist. However, the central part of high-quality healthcare is caring for patients, demonstrating an ability to understand their background, emotional needs, and personalities. Some of these qualities can be ignored given the excitement of new technologies, drugs, and procedures. And we should be excited about science's exploration of new knowledge. Science is responsible for curing leukemia in young people, lengthening the life expectancy of cancer patients, and improving the quality of life of those suffering from diabetes and heart diseases. But we should never forget that technical aspects of healthcare should be matched at all times with an understanding of an individual circumstances and providing patient-centered care. So both technical and interpersonal care are important and central to high-quality healthcare delivery. One of my favorite articles is an article from the Journal of the American Medical Association published in 1927. This is a speech given by Francis Peabody to students in Harvard Medical School in 1927. He told the audience, "The secret of care of the patient is caring for the patient." This is more relevant in this century when we have defeated most of the infectious diseases, reduced the death rate from heart disease and other health problems. This is a century of chronic diseases where the art of caring is equally important to the science of curing. In this century, most common causes of illness are because of lifestyle issues. This includes smoking, alcohol, poor diet, drug abuse, lack of exercise, and stress. Consequently, there's a need for healthcare delivery that provides information and assists people to make the necessary behavioral changes. As healthcare has become more science-based and technical, society is losing its faith in the medical profession. Some 30 or 40 years ago, when medicine could cure little but care more, society had confidence in doctors. Now we can do more, diagnose rare diseases, treat patients with expensive drugs, and do surgical procedures we could not even imagine 50 years ago. However, society is losing its trust in the medical profession. Ambulance drivers, paramedics, nurses, and pharmacists are more trusted now. Why is this? Because they talk to patients. They explain things to patients. They even let the patients talk to them. Most patients want to be partners in care, not passive participants. They come to see us for not for more interventions, but for discussion and advice. It has been shown that doctors intervene within 18 seconds of the patient starting to talk. That's even before they have finished the opening sentence. Allowing patients to complete the opening sentence could be a good beginning of good rapport with them. We know only 50% of patients take the medications as prescribed in chronic conditions. Why is this? This is because we do not spend time explaining the reason for medications, their side effects, and their benefits. Therefore, healthcare outcomes depend on how we connect with our patients. When people go to see a healthcare professional, they want somebody who connects with them. Supportive relationship between practitioners and patients have positive effect on health and healing. We know placebos work on the limbic system in the brain, so there's science behind the art of caring too. 2 more points before I finish. Empathy is another key element in communication. However, most junior trainees miss the opportunity to show empathy in consultations. When we show empathy to our patients, there's emerging evidence that mirror neurons in the brain are activated. A recent study done in patients with diabetes has shown doctors with higher empathy scores had a better outcome for their patients. So empathy has scientific basis too. And we should be showing more empathy to our patients. My last point. Every patient is different. Their understanding of the illness and how they react to illness are quite different. So there's a big push for patient-centered care now. It is about putting ourselves in our patient's shoes. One of my heroes in medicine is William Osler, who was professor of medicine in McGill in Canada, Johns Hopkins in the United States, and Oxford in the UK. Over a century ago, Osler said, "We have to think of the disease the patient has and the patient the disease has." We all behave differently to the same disease or ailment, hence the need for patient-centered care. This might even mean challenging our own core assumptions. Whatever information you have now, 50% of medical information will be out of date in 5 years. The half-life of medical knowledge is only 5 years now. However, the art of caring is going to be with you for your whole working life. I go back to Francis Peabody again to conclude. The secret of care of the patient is in caring for the patient. This means while we are trying to cure, try caring too, with good communication, empathy, and patient-centered care. You will not and you cannot go wrong then. Remember, without our patients, we will not be here. We are here for them. I wish you the very best in your career and your future lives. May I say, take care. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Nair, for your very wise words and for the sincerity of your own caring and the evidence of your life, which inspires us as well. And if you are a young health professional looking for a role model, you could do no better than to study the life and experiences of Professor Nair. Thank you for speaking to us today. I now call on Professor John Rostis, Acting Deputy Vice-Chancellor for Research, to present candidates for the Research Higher Degree Excellence Awards.
Chancellor, I present to you candidates for the Research Higher Degree Excellence Awards. These awards recognise excellence in research, and their aim is to encourage, reward and celebrate outstanding achievement in research by candidates in any area of research within the university. The awards are made by the faculty upon the recommendation of the examiners. Chancellor, should have the first person here, I guess. Oh, I beg your pardon. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Sophia Moscovis for a Research Higher Degree Excellence Award in recognition of outstanding research achievement for the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Moscovis' thesis is entitled Susceptibility to and Severity of Inflammatory-Related Diseases in Indigenous Australians, and in vitro investigation of associated environmental and genetic risk factors. Chancellor Dr. Moscovitz. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Nicole Ryan for a Higher Degree Excellence Award in recognition of outstanding research achievement for the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Ryan's thesis is entitled Laryngeal Dysfunction in Chronic Cough. Chancellor Dr. Ryan. That concludes the presentation of the Research High Degree Excellence Awards. Chancellor, I present to you the Research High Degree candidates for the Faculty of Health. A higher degree by research is awarded to a candidate who has successfully completed a program of study which includes a significant research component. In a Doctor of Philosophy, the examination of a thesis embodying the outcomes of the research is the principal form of assessment. The degree is awarded where the thesis is found to have made a significant and original contribution to knowledge in the field of study. Chancellor, these students have undertaken supervised research for the equivalent of at least 3 years of full-time study. The thesis, which is the outcome of their studies, is examined by 3 experts, usually external to the university, with at least one being an international scholar recognised for expertise in a relative field of study. Today, the university is proud to honour graduates who have satisfied the rigorous criteria for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Chancellor, I present to you Christopher Ashurst Smith, who is a Fellow of the Institute of Biomedical Sciences, United Kingdom, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Ashurst Smith's thesis is entitled Role of Aloeococcus otitididis in otitis media. Chancellor Dr. Ashurst Smith. Chancellor, I present to you Jamie Bryant, who holds a Bachelor of Psychology Honours Class 1 from this university for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Bryant's thesis is entitled Tackling Tobacco, an exploration of social and community service organisations as a way of reaching the socially disadvantaged for smoking cessation. Chancellor Dr. Bryant. Chancellor, I present to you Ama Tawaya Asilfi, who holds a Bachelor of Biomedical Science Honours Class 2 Division 1 from this university for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Asilfi's thesis is entitled Modulation of Responses in Allergic Airways Disease by Haemophilus Influenza Infection. Chancellor Dr. Asilfi. Chancellor, I present to you Maya Guest, who holds a Bachelor of Occupational Health and Safety and a Bachelor of Medical Science, in addition to a graduate certificate in the practice of tertiary teaching from this university for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Guest's thesis is entitled The Study of Health Outcomes in Aircraft Maintenance Personnel, Sensory System Effects. Chancellor Dr. Guest. Chancellor, I present to you Gerard Keiko, who holds a Bachelor of Biomedical Sciences Honours Class 1 and a Graduate Certificate in Innovation and Commercialisation from this university for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Keiko's thesis is entitled The Innate Immune Mechanisms Underlying the Interplay Between Respiratory Infections and Asthma. Chancellor Dr. Keiko. Chancellor, I present to you Alison Koschel, who holds a Diploma of Health Science Nursing from the University of Western Sydney and a Graduate Diploma in Health Promotion from this university for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Koschel's thesis is entitled Secondary Prevention of Cardiovascular Disease in an Australian Population. Chancellor, Dr. Koschel. Chancellor, I present to you Chuan Un Lam, who holds a Bachelor of Medical Science with second-class honours Division A from the Australian National University for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Lam's thesis is entitled Understanding the Inflammatory Mechanisms that Predispose to Emphysema in Mouse Models. Chancellor, Dr. Lam. Chancellor, I present to you Shelley Rowe, who holds a Bachelor of Science with first-class honours from the Australian National University for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Rowe's thesis is entitled Opportunities for Reducing Alcohol-Related Crime in Non-Metropolitan Areas of Australia. Chancellor, Dr. Rowe. Chancellor, I present to you Carla Saunders, who holds a Bachelor of Science and Diploma of Education from Macquarie University, in addition to a Graduate Diploma in Clinical Epidemiology and a Master of Medical Science Clinical Epidemiology from this university for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Saunders' thesis is entitled Consumer Involvement in Australian Health and Medical Research. Chancellor, Dr. Saunders. Chancellor, I present to you Hayley Scott, who holds a Bachelor of Nutrition and Dietetics with Honours Class 2 Division 1 from this university for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Scott's thesis is entitled Exploring the Link Between Obesity and Asthma. Chancellor, Dr. Scott. Chancellor, I present to you Fei Li Zhao, who holds a Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy from the China Pharmaceutical University, Nanjing, and a Master of Science from the Chinese Academy of Sciences, Shanghai, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Zhao's thesis is entitled Evidence-Based Reimbursement Decision-Making in Asian Pacific Region, Transferability of the Economic Evaluation between different jurisdictions. Chancellor, Dr. Zhao. Chancellor, Masters by Research are degrees awarded for research that demonstrates that the candidate has a thorough understanding of the relevant techniques in the field, demonstrated both by their application and a thorough review of the literature, has managed to demonstrate competence in the chosen field through judicious selection and application of methods to yield fruitful results, and has the capacity to evaluate these results critically. Chancellor, I present to you Lisa Jones, who holds a Bachelor of Nursing from the University of New England, a Graduate Certificate in Paediatric Critical Care from the New South Wales College of Nursing, and a Graduate Diploma in Clinical Epidemiology from this university for the degree of Master of Philosophy. Ms. Jones's thesis is entitled Systematic Review and Network Meta-Analysis of Intravenous Ibuprofen versus Intravenous Indomethacin versus Placebo in the management of clinically and/or echocardiographically important patent ductus arteriosus in preterm infants at greater than 24 hours of life. Chancellor, Ms. Jones. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of Research High Degree graduates for the Faculty of Health.
Well, now I call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Caroline Macmillan, to present the Vice-Chancellor's School Teacher Award for 2011.
Chancellor, the Vice-Chancellor's School Teacher Award is for secondary school teachers and recognises the vital role teachers play in the choices that young people make about their future, including the decision to come to university. Recipients of this award are nominated by university students in the final year of their studies, with nominations assessed by an expert panel. The award recognises the value that students and the university place on educational experiences in secondary school. Chancellor, today's School Teacher Award for 2011 is presented to Mr. Mitchell Brain. Mr. Mitchell Brain's success as a teacher lies with his unique approach to education. He has taught mathematics at Newcastle Grammar School for many years and is renowned for his humour and creative approaches to motivating students. These include making individual trophies for each student to keep them inspired and on track. Mr. Brain's commitment to education and to his students has inspired many of his charges to undertake further study in mathematics and forge successful careers in the field. He is described by his students as a thorough, caring and passionate educator with an admirable dedication to those in his care. He goes to great lengths to prepare his students for tertiary study and, in turn, the rest of their lives. Mr. Brain was nominated by Laura Lavis from the Bachelor of Biomedical Science. It is clear that Mr. Brain's impact on his students as an educator and guide has been profound, and we are honoured to present this award to him today. Chancellor, I present to you Mr. Brain. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the Vice-Chancellor's School Teacher Award.
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll enjoy a musical interlude by Liesl Schiemann and Callum Close, who will be performing Violin Concerto, first movement by Lalo. Well, absolutely breathtaking. So thank you very much, Liesl and Callum. It's an extraordinary talent. Well, now I call on Professor Nick Talley, Pro Vice-Chancellor for the Faculty of Health, to present graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, I present to you graduates who have satisfied the requirements of a postgraduate award. These awards are studied primarily by coursework. A postgraduate award that is awarded with distinction occurs when a graduate achieves at least a distinction level grade average. And we'll start with the Graduate Certificate in Clinical Epidemiology, Kiao Few. Next, the Graduate Certificate in Clinical Toxicology, Patricia Stanwell. Master of Applied Management Health, Jenna Dean. Master of Clinical Epidemiology, Gaultier Shimbidi. Master of Clinical Epidemiology with distinction, June Lay. Deborah Russell. Next, the Master of Health Science, Peter Damien Amina. Adam Rice. Master of Health Science with distinction, Daniel William Kinsella. We now turn to the Master of Pharmacy, Siawili Bao. Sarah Bernard. Sarah Burke. Sally Broadley. Melissa Bugev. Lauren Carr. Wei Chung. Mikhail Francis. Li Sha Few. Alexander Gavrilowski. Samuel Green. Sarah Green. Stephen Hall. Hoi Heng. Renata Ilichik. Melissa Inskip. Sonal Kumar. Hugh La. Dai Lu. Akash Mehta. Gemma Minter. Maesa Musa. Sarah Munro. Matthew Nicholas. Katrina O'Brien. Ahmed Rashid. Nigel Ray. Najina Sadri. Rohani Salah. Michael Scally. Hassam Salinti. Sarah Shams. Pranavan Sotha Raja. Shabana Sotharaja. Amy Stashinsky. Jacinta Stellama. Sean Tarrant. Seshaway Giao Yu. Now we turn to the Master of Pharmacy with Distinction, Caroline Bradley. Patrick Cullen. Carl Alachi. Kim Horsfield. Gemma King. Catherine Laverick. Ashley Moore. Elaine Moran. Jessica O'Delly. Jessica Oxby. Bree Parks. Georgia Solani. Samantha Sanderson. Emma Smith. Angelica Taralouris. Rover Ubaid. We now turn to the Master of Public Health. And the first is Kiran Kumar Belagar Viprashupa. Alison Gray. Andrew Paul. Saruda Ram. Andrew Rushell. Now the Master of Public Health with distinction, Diana Gebhardt. Rosabella Isimi. Rachel Latta. Matthew Moroney. Kerry Strong. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of postgraduate awards in the Faculty of Health.
I now call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Caroline Macmillan, to present a candidate for an honorary degree.
Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present to you Professor Gillian Turner for admission to the degree of Doctor of Medicine, honoris causa. Professor Turner is an internationally acclaimed geneticist and one of the world's top researchers in her field. She contributed an astonishing 54-year service to the field of paediatrics and genetics before retiring in 2010. Newcastle is proud to claim her as one of its own, with a large part of her contribution to the field of genetics driven in our own backyard at Hunter Genetics over the past 15 years. Professor Turner's career began overseas and has taken her all over the world. She attained a Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery in 1956 at St Andrews University in Scotland. From there, she trained as a paediatrician in Canada before emigrating to Australia in 1970. Her interest in developmental disability and genetics was sparked while working with her husband Brian in the United States. In her research career, Professor Turner is known worldwide for contributing to the identification of the Fragile X syndrome, the common and inherited genetic cause of disability. After reviewing children and adults with learning and behavioural problems, she established a statewide screening program in New South Wales. What followed was the creation of the Fragile X Service in 1986. Over 15 years, 14,000 individuals were assessed, and today this service has more than 10,000 names on its database. It offers specialised support services to families who are or who have the potential to be affected by this disorder. In New South Wales, the Fragile X Service has led to a significant decrease in the prevalence of the syndrome, from 1 in every 4,000 births to 1 in every 10,000 births. Professor Turner's discovery has given at-risk families the confidence of knowing they are likely to produce a baby without Fragile X syndrome. In the last 10 years, with improved molecular techniques, the Fragile X genes are being identified as part of an international collaborative effort, with Hunter Genetics making a major contribution. So far, more than 100 genes have been found on the X chromosome that underlie intellectual disability in males. In recognition of her outstanding service to the field of genetics, Professor Turner was made an Officer of the Order of Australia in 1990. 4 years later, I'm proud to say, our university appointed her the first Professor of Medical Genetics. And although now retired, it seems Professor Turner's passion for genetics continues. Her present interest lies in unravelling the causes of autism. Chancellor, it is with very great pleasure that I present to you Professor Gillian Turner for admission to the degree of Doctor of Medicine, honoris causa.
By the authority conferred upon me by the Council, I hereby admit Professor Gillian Turner to the degree of Doctor of Medicine, honoris causa.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. Turner to give a response to receiving the award from the university.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Council, staff of the university, and in particular to many friends and parents and relations who have come here to celebrate the award of various doctorates to this population here. It is really extraordinary to see all these people who knows who they're going to become. Are they going to be future Flemings, future all sorts of things? That their world is now their oyster. It is really, I want to emphasize, this is your day. You are now officially graduates. Not all of you have been through the process, but you're not going to escape it. One of the things about becoming a graduate is very gradually over the first year when you're a graduate, people change in their attitude to you. They ask for your opinion. They respect what you say. They listen to you. All these things gradually change you because you become a rather responsible citizen. And this just happens gradually, but there's no escaping it. You're now a graduate, and that's what is in store for you. But it's all very exciting because really, in many ways, one thinks of starting as if you're going off to work. But really, having graduated and now being able to do medicine or one of the associated skills that we've been hearing about means that you really never work again because you're allowed to listen to people. You can hear their ups and downs, their fears, what's happened in their lives. It's like really going to a five-star movie every day because so much goes on that people will tell you that they never would if you were just an ordinary person. So you have that honor of being able to listen to people and to be empathetic to them, and it makes it no longer work, really. It's a real pleasure to be able to have that capacity and to use it. Now, how did you actually get to be there? You may feel this is all the hard work I've been doing, it's all that a result of all that, but it's really not exactly like that. First of all, you were conceived, and luckily you were a good conception. You didn't end up by being a miscarriage or anything. So you're successfully conceived, and you were endowed with DNA, which has put you in very good stead. Then your mother, I can assume, probably didn't drink or smoke too much while you were in utero. but you never know. Then in your early life, they nurtured you, they exposed you to all sorts of environmental pleasures. You had this enormous sensory input coming in, creating pathways within your neuronal networks. You have over a billion neurons, and they each have about 10,000 connections, and their connections are synapses with various chemicals going across. So all this was being trained when you were very small by your parents. They taught you how to speak. They taught you some of the rights and wrongs of life. And then you got exposed to school, where they filled you with a whole lot of rote learning and information, and you learned the skills that you're going to need for writing and reading, and a multitude of bits of information. Then you went on and you entered university. So you also must have had the skills to get through those interviews where they went through your psychological profiles, and you learnt how to answer all those questions in the right way so that you were accepted into the profession. So all this has been going on, but one has to think, where does it all come from? Well, being a geneticist, of course, I believe that it's mainly genetic, with probably about 20% environmental, that has made you all so successful. But it wasn't really only you, it was what you received from your parents. Most of my work has been involved in looking at intellectual disability, and one of the ways to try and find the genes that are really fundamental to intellectual ability is to look at those with disability and see what are the genes that have made individuals disabled. And that involved looking at very large families who had 3 generations of intellectual handicap. And what emerged from doing that is that the genes that mainly involve your intelligence and disability too, if they're not working well, are coded on the X chromosome. It's kind of fascinating why they should be coded on the X chromosome. We won't go into that too much, but I really need 1 or 2 props. I can just remind you about, I hope you remember your genetics. Females have 2 X chromosomes, and that's where all your genes for intelligence are. The female has 2 X chromosomes, one of which works and the other doesn't. And this sits silently within the... Oh, sorry. I'm getting carried away. Anyway, there are your 2 X chromosomes, and the male, poor fellow, he has 1 X and a rather drooping Y. The only thing coded on this system is to make him male and to make his sperm mature. So the male works on 1 X and the female works on 2 X's. One resting, 1 working. So if all our genes for intelligence are coded on the X, you have all got to think who you've got to thank for how you've got here. Now, I would like all the males who are graduating to stand up. Would you all stand up? Turn round and find your parents in the audience. Find your parents in the audience and thank your mothers. And now would the female graduates stand up? Turn round and find your parents. You got both your X's, 1 from each parent. So you've got to thank both of them. Mind you, I think your mother probably did most of the work. Now, although I'm saying it's all the result of good parenting and the genes that you've given them, I do think you have to pay some acknowledgement to the work they've done to get here. So I'd like the audience to stand up and clap the graduates. And I wish you all well. Great success. I'll just put these back.
Boy, they would have been classes to be in, wouldn't they, eh? I'm sorry she perpetrated that lie about mothers, but I believe it's actually true. Oh dear. Thank you very much, Dr. Turner. You honour us by being one of our honorary doctorates. I now call on Professor Nick Talley, the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the Faculty of Health, to continue to present graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, I present to you graduates receiving a bachelor degree in the Faculty of Health, and I start with the Bachelor of Biomedical Science, Magella Berry. Evan Boone. Shonhon Chu. Simon Churchill. Paige Connolly. Annalise Crozier. Nicholas Eady. Gillian Egan. Rachel Farrell. Jane Grehan. Sarah Hickey. Angela Holmes. Marina Ilicic. Zarinka Ilicic. April Jackson. Hannah Johnson. Amy Kell. James Kemp. Ellen Martin. Kate McKellar Stewart. Lauren Mundy. Danielle Nielsen. Kane Nichols. James Pinkerton. Andrew Ratley. Hannah Simpson. Now the Bachelor of Biomedical Science with distinction, Rachel Beard. Emily Bettens. Matilda Brown. Matthew Gillespie. Delini Hemachandra. Heather MacDonald. Duke Nguyen. Susanna Pilgrim. Hannah Pollard. Samuel Swinburne. Now the Bachelor of Biomedical Science Honours with Honours Class 1. Jason Gherkin. Celeste Harrison. Brianna Morton. Kelly Smith. Now the Bachelor of Medical Science with Honours Class 2, Division 2, Alexander Beath. Next, the Bachelor of Medical Science with Honours Class 2, Division 1, Ariana Arulamp Alam. Now, Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Engineering in Computer Engineering, Matthew Spencer. Now, the Bachelor of Medicine, Muhammad Ab Aziz. Husna Abdullah. Shiv Aga Walla. Kate Baker. Delani Ballandron. Daniel Benz. Matthew Black. Stephen Brianese. Hannah Britton. Kate Burston. Fiona Chan. Christopher Chang. Adelaide Charlton. Andrew Chu. Daniel Danier. Gopi Alango. Christopher Ewing. Gunjan Garg. Beneath George. Nazarul Nadia Ismail. Nurhadi Janapi. Kirsty Jennings. Sarah Cameroon. Amanda Kresveski. Alison Lancy. Rachel Lee. View Lee. Emma Lyons. Sarah MacDonald. Christina Matthews. Joshua McCarthy. Surahai Mohammed. Kate Morris. Samuel Murray. Chrysanth Nadu. Alex Newton. Wei New. Suk Phenong. Neethai Panika. Kirati Patel. Tracy Fan. Claire Pickering. Portia Predney. Alexandra Pritchard Davies. Catherine Richards. Samuel Roberts. Morgan Schultz. Peter Simmons. Michaela Sorensen. Mitchell Squire. Michael Taylor. Diva Thangavel. Kebalan Thura Rajaj. Vembe Unisa Timber. Sonia Tran. Veronica Tung. Paul Wellsman. Sophie Wilcox. Mani Yusuf. Sit Zachariah Zanel Abidin. Ishan Zachariah. Jingjing Zhao. Now the Bachelor of Medicine with Distinction, Samuel Arthurs. Jane Asteridis. Samantha Baker. Siobhan Balesti. Angela Beasley. Laura Bird. Christopher Brereton. Cohen Butters. Michael Davis. Monica Disbalis. Nicolette Holly. Lauren Hubert. Catherine Lau. Nigel Mayer. Phoebe Moore. Natalia Murray. Nicola Reich. Finally, the Bachelor of Nursing, Lucy Dima. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Health.
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, I have great pleasure in inviting Brianna Morton, who graduated today, just a little while ago, with a Bachelor of Biomedical Science Honours with Honours Class 1, to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Council, staff of the University, families and friends of graduates, and most importantly, graduates. It is an honour and a privilege to speak on behalf of the graduates here this evening from the various fields of the Faculty of Health. This evening, as we celebrate the achievement of graduation from the University of Newcastle, we can take the time to reflect upon the many challenges we have all faced and the culmination of many years' hard work. This day is one of realisation of the progress we have made, both intellectually and personally, but also about recognising we are only at the beginning. To put this into context, many of my fellow graduates know what you can achieve in one night, when an assignment is due tomorrow that we haven't even started. In 1 week, we can cram an entire semester's work into our heads for the final exam, feeling as though our brains are actually expanding with knowledge, while listening and absorbing the advice and knowledge from our professors can shape our ideas and inspire us. This puts into perspective the progress made in working towards our degrees and highlights the enormity of personal growth and experience attained by each and every graduate sitting here this evening. We have not only enriched our academic learning, but have also forged new friendships, partnerships, and relationships with our fellow graduates and the university, drawing upon our shared experiences that connect us together with the ever-expanding alumni of University of Newcastle. Our achievements here today are not only a reflection of the hard work and determination of ourselves, but also this is a time to acknowledge the endless support and encouragement provided by our family and friends, some of whom are here this evening. They were our support network, a shoulder to cry on, and a constant reaffirmation of why we were there, to rebuild faith in ourselves at times when we felt lost. We could not have accomplished this without you, so thank you. Long ago, we chose the University of Newcastle to undertake our tertiary education, but the university also chose us and allowed us the opportunity to chase our dreams. On behalf of the graduates, I would like to offer my sincere thanks to the many staff, administrators, and numerous professors for their dedication, time, and knowledge that they passed on to us. This day of reflection draws many different responses, for each person's experience is unique, as we all started off with different goals and aspirations. The University of Newcastle, its lecturers and facilities have provided us with the skills to pursue a challenging and rewarding career in the ever-changing world associated with medicine. From this crossroad in life, some of us will go on to further academic studies, while others will begin a career in one of the many service industries that the community has for so long depended upon. I see sitting before us the next generation of doctors, pharmacists, biomedical scientists, and allied medical professions challenging to be at the forefront of their chosen fields. The possibilities are endless. No matter where we end up or what career we follow, we will remember our beginnings at the University of Newcastle. This evening, we stand on the precipice of our futures, where no class schedule or exam timetable dictates our time, but instead we have earned the right to shape our lives and leave our mark on the world. The challenges we all faced were varied and unique, but were also defining of the time spent enriching our education. Joshua J. Marine once said that challenges are what makes life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. To the graduates, be proud of your achievements that are being acknowledged here this evening. This is your day, so celebrate it. Congratulations and thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Brianna, for speaking so well on behalf of your fellow students, whom I noticed were nodding in agreement with your words, with which they resonated. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed this evening's ceremony, and we really thank you for joining the university community in the celebration of the conferring of degrees. And I guess I ought to say a very special thank you to all the mothers who came this evening. Refreshments will be available after the ceremony in the Brennan Room, located in the Shortland building, and I hope you can take some time to come and celebrate this wonderful day and evening together. So once again, thank you very much for joining us.